look for leaks, lights, and leans. You want to look up under the truck. You want to look for anything leaking. The lifeblood of the engine is what we're looking for, the things that are most important, which are oil, power steering fluid, and coolant reservoir fluid, okay? Also want to check to see maybe if you're leaking some windshield washer fluid, okay? But that's not critical. The truck would run without it, okay? Then you want to be looking for leans. You want to see if the truck's leaning. If it is or if it's not, you got to tell the tester what can cause it to actually lean. A low tire, load shift, meaning your load is loaded improperly. It could be a blown shock or a busted airbag, okay? Then you want to go to your lights. These are my clearance lights. The phrase that pays is what's important to pass the test and knowing what you're talking about. My clearance lights are properly mounted and secure. They're not cracked, bent, nor broken. All my little nuts and bolts are present and tight. They're in good condition. The lights are clean and amber in color, okay? Then you want to come down to the next item, which is your windshield. My windshield is properly mounted and secured. There are no cracks, dings, illegal stickers, or obstruction of view. Obstruction of view can be anything from a McDonald's bag, a clipboard, anything blocking your vision, okay? You can't have that. You gotta be able to see this whole area right here, all right? Then you wanna come down till you talk about your windshield wiper arms and blades. My windshield wiper arms are made out of metal, so they're properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, nor broken. All my nuts, bolts, springs, and pins are present and they're tight. The blades are made out of soft rubber. So that falls into the categories that there's no abrasions, bruises, cuts, or dry rot, and they're flush to the windshield. They're in good condition. Next, we want to slide down here to our hood mirrors. My hood mirrors are properly mounted and secured. All my little nuts and bolts are present and tight. It's not cracked, bent, nor broken. It's in good condition. The glass itself is similar to the windshield. There cannot be any chips, cracks, dings, illegal stickers, and it must be clean. And most importantly, it must be adjusted to you as you're sitting in the driver's seat. All right. Then we want to come down here to our headlight assembly. Our headlight assembly is a one-piece unit. Okay, it's a one-piece unit. So the headlight assembly unit itself is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, nor broken. All my little nuts and bolts are on the inside are present. They're tight. The assembly is in good condition. The front lens is clean and it's clear in color. Slide back over here. Talk about your reflector. My reflector in my assembly is not cracked, bent, or broken. It's clean. It's amber in color. There's a little sight glass here that goes into our bulb. This is our multi-indicator bulb. This is our turn signal, our four-way, and our marker light, okay? It's properly mounted and secured in the bulb socket. It's clean, it's amber in color. We have a low beam and a high beam system. The bulbs are present. They're tight in their sockets, and they're in good condition, all right? Then we want to slide down here and talk about our tag. Our license tag is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked or broken or bent, in theory. My nuts and bolts are present and tight. It's clean, and it's up to date on the side. Always be careful when you're lowering or raising the hood, rather. Next, we want to talk about the unique side of the engine. We call this a unique side because it's the least amount of things to talk about on this side of the engine. Start from the firewall, work your way toward the radiator. First thing we want to talk about is our windshield washer reservoir. Okay, it's properly mounted and secured. All my little nuts and bolts back here are present and tight. It's in good condition. My cap is hand tight. The fluid level should be between add and full. As we noticed, there is no fluid level that we can see, and there is no markings that say between add and full, but you must say that on test day anyway. It's between add and full. It's in good condition. Then we want to shoot down here, talk about our exhaust system. Our exhaust system is properly mounted and secured. Our nuts and bolts and clamps, we have clamps back here. Our clamps are present, they're tight, they're in good condition. The exhaust system is not cracked, bent, nor broken. There are no evidence of soot trails. If there was soot trails, which looks like black ash, it would be an indication that we have an exhaust leak. If we have an exhaust leak, it can go up inside the cab and be dangerous to our existence. So we want to make sure we have no leaks. Okay. Overall exhaust system is in good condition. Slide over here. This is our alternator wires. We have a positive and a negative wire. Alternator wires are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked or broken. The wires can allow electricity to flow through there, so they fall into a different category, okay? The wires are properly mounted and secure. They're in an insulated sleeve, okay? Insulated sleeve is very important. There's no abrasions, bruises, cuts, dry rot, and no bare spots. 5 things we got to talk about. There's no bare spots, okay? Wires cannot have a bare spot. Water gets on it, it's going to short out, all right? And there's no illegal tape. Any tape is illegal tape unless it's put there by the manufacturer, like this one right here is. Then we want to go to our alternator terminal bolts. The bolts are present, they're tight, they're in good condition. There's no evidence of corrosion or arcing. If we have arcing on our terminal bolts, then that is an indication of an overcharging alternator, all right? This leads me to the alternator. The alternator is properly mounted and secured. Our nuts and bolts are present and tight. It's not cracked, bent, nor broken. It's in good condition. My alternator is belt driven. We must indicate if something's driven, how it's driven. Our alternator is belt driven. I know this because my belt is right here in front on the pulley. My belt is properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasions, bruises, cuts, or dry rot, no frays. We want to take our finger, put it on the inside of the belt. We want to feel for missing ribs. We have no missing ribs, we're good. Then we want to take our thumb and press it in the middle of the belt to check our deflection. Our deflection should be no more than 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch deflection. It's good, it's in great condition, we move on. The last thing you want to talk about on this side of the engine is all the hoses on this side of my engine are connected at both ends. The clamps are present, they're tight, they're not leaking. The hoses have no abrasions, bruises, cuts, or dry rots, or bubbles. They're in good condition. Okay, now we move over to the other side. Watch your head as you go around the corner. Now on this side we want to work from the radiator back toward the firewall. The other side we went from the firewall toward the radiator. This side we're going from the radiator back to the firewall. Okay. My coolant reservoir is properly mounted and secured. All my little nuts and bolts are present and tight. The reservoir is not cracked, bent, broken, or leaking. It's in good condition. My caps, I have 2 caps. They're hand tight. They're not leaking. My fluid level is between add and full. We're good to go there. Slide down here to your hose for your coolant reservoir. When you get to this hose, go ahead and knock out all the hoses on this side of your engine. My coolant reservoir hose and all the hoses on this side of my engine are properly mounted and secured. They're connected at both ends. The clamps are present, they're tight, they're not leaking. There's no abrasions, bruises, cuts, dry rots, or bubbles. It's in good condition. All right, slide down here, go down, find the big pipe at the bottom of the radiator, follow it up around here to this silver dollar looking thing, which is your water pump. My water pump is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, nor broken. All my little nuts and bolts are present and tight. It's in good condition. Water flows through it, it's not leaking, okay? Nor is any hoses, okay? It's not leaking. Same thing with the belt on this side. The water pump is belt driven, so you must reach down here, touch the belt. Okay, your belt's properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasions, bruises, cuts, dry rots, or frays. It has no more than 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch deflection. Put your finger back here, check for missing ribs. There are no missing ribs, we're good to go. Slide back here, go down the side of the engine block, get to the oil dipstick. You get a little bow tie here for your dipstick. The oil dipstick is properly mounted and secured. The nut and bolt on my clamp is present and tight. The dipstick is inside a sleeve that is attached to the engine block. The sleeve is not leaking, it's in good condition. To check it, we pull out the dipstick, we wipe off the dipstick, we put the dipstick back in, we pull it out again. It must be between add and full. If it's not at the add mark, we do not add fluid to it because it can mess up the engine, okay? Put it back in there. Okay, so that's in good condition. Now, right below the dipstick, if you drop down, you find this big black hose that's coming off the power steering reservoir. Follow the black hose down, around, inside the frame. It will lead you to the power steering pump. My power steering pump is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, nor broken. All my little nuts and bolts are present and tight. It's not leaking. My power steering pump is gear driven. Okay, it's gear driven. All right, now, off the power steering pump, we have hoses. All the hoses off my power steering pump are connected at both ends. The clamps are present, they're tight. There's no abrasions, bruises, cuts, dry rots, or bubbles. They're not leaking. My power steering pump is not leaking. It's in good condition. Right above that, we have our air compressor. Our air compressor is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, nor broken. All my nuts and bolts are present and tight. It's in good condition. Air flows through it. It's not leaking. Just like my power steering pump, the air compressor is gear driven. Just like my power steering pump, the air compressor has hoses that come off of it. The hoses off my air compressor are connected at both ends. The clamps are present, they're tight. There's no abrasions, bruises, cuts, or dry rot. They're in good condition, they're not leaking. Where'd my stick go?
This is right under here.
Hey, Chihuahua. Pause.
There is no pause.
No.
I need a longer stick. Okay. All right, now.
Take the rest. I'm gonna take the rest.
Resume. Okay. Now we just finished the air compressor. Okay, both my air compressor and my power seat pump are gear driven. In case I forgot that. Now on our way down to the suspension, we want to knock out our frame because we're working on the inside of the engine block and the inside of the frame. So on our way down, let's talk about the frame. My frame is properly mounted and secured. My nuts and bolts are present and tight. It's not cracked, bent, nor broken. There are no illegal welds or oblong holes on my frame that were not put there by the manufacturer. Okay. Specifically, we're talking about the flanges right here. If you cut this frame in half for a side view, it would be a C. Flange on the top, flange on the bottom. We cannot drill or weld on these flanges. It would degrade the integrity of our frame and you would die because it wouldn't be as strong, okay? So, the frame's properly mounted and secured. Nuts and bolts are present and tight. It's not cracked, bent, nor broken. No illegal welds or oblong holes. It's in good condition. Drop down. Talk about your leaf springs. My leaf springs are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, nor broken. They're in good condition. There's none missing. My leaf springs are in alignment. They're on top of each other like a sandwich, two pieces of bread. They are not offset. They're in alignment, okay? There's none missing. My leaf springs are attached to my frame by my leaf spring mounts. I have one in front and I have one in the back. My leaf spring mounts are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, nor broken. All my nuts and bolts are present and tight. It's in good condition. My leaf spring mount has a big bolt up here in the front, which is called an eye bolt. The eye bolt, behind my eye bolt, I have a rubber grommet. That rubber grommet has no bruises, cuts, or dry rot. It's in good condition. Slide back here, talk about your U-bolts. My U-bolts are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked or broken. Notice I did not say bent because they're bent that way from the manufacturer. They're not cracked or broken. They're in good condition. My nuts on the bottom are present. They're tight. They're in good condition. Coming up here, we'll talk about now our shock